In this video, you will learn the difference between border, margin, and padding, and the content within them. Here you see 4 boxes. All of them actually have a background color set to them, but you can't see it because the paragraph inside is set to fill up the entire space, and the background color is hidden. So first I'd like to show you how you can see padding. Padding is the space around the content, but inside the border. So if we add padding to the first div, padding, and we'll make the padding 20 pixels and save the document. When we reload, as you can see, the thin border is still there, but there's now a red mat around the paragraph of content. That is the padding for this box. If we then add border to the second box, you can see the difference. So we'll come in here and we'll add a border width of 20 pixels. We'll save it and reload. Now you might think that they look the same. It's just this box is red and this box is black. But if you look closely, the red has a thin 1 pixel wide black border around it. You can see this more clearly if we add a padding to the div number 2. So we'll just add padding, 20 pixels. Save it and reload. And now you can see that there's a green padding. The border is 20 pixels, the padding is 20 pixels, and then there's the paragraph inside the whole thing. One thing to note is that the width of the entire element has gotten larger. It's larger than the original element. The content width remains the same, but the border and the padding take up additional space on the right and left, top and bottom. Let's go in and change the third one. Here we'll change the margin to 30 pixels, and we'll add a padding of 20 pixels. We'll save it and reload. Now what you're seeing here is the margin, which is the space between the edge of the document and the element, or the element and the element above it, and so on, has increased. The padding has increased, so you can see the blue now. And if you look really closely, you can see that there's a thin black border. So let's go into div number 4 and change all 3 of those things. So div number 4, we're going to give it a margin of 30 pixels. A padding of 20 pixels, and a border width of 20 pixels. Save it, reload, and now you can see this space is wider than the space up here. This space is wider than this space, so that's the margin. The black is the border, the yellow is the padding, and the white is the internal content area. And so now you understand the difference between margin, border, padding, and content.